Okay, this is a video. Excuse me. This is a video for the, I have another video up there on bass drum technique, like on heel up and then heel down and stuff. I'm not a good heel down player at all. I just always played heel up, but that, of course, is a defect. So I think you always, really should be a good heel down player, especially for especially for jazz. You don't have good control over it. I really don't. But in any case, I'm not a big. I can fake a jazz beat. But in any case, I do know a lot. Tim, there were some folks asking for like more of like the John Bonham, bass drum. To me, it's just there's a lot of guys that will do a lot of bass drum. I think part of the thing with Led Zeppelin. We should have something interesting to look at here. Part of the thing with Led Zeppelin or John Bonham, I'll just pick this camera up, is that you'd rather have, to me, Led Zeppelin or John Bonham or a good musician is, if you play 100% of perfect, like if everything's like 100% technically perfect, after a while it can sound really sterile and not really sound. In other words, you'd rather have, what do they say in math? Like, you'd rather approach perfection than rather be at perfection. If you hear a night, like if you totally went through and took the 2-inch tape out of these Zeppelin recordings and totally quantized everything, it would lose its magic, I think. Especially with the drums. Because, when somebody, what's it like? I mean, it's like if, it's like digital versus analog. I mean, you don't want, you want it to be human, but not sloppy. I mean, it's got to be approaching perfection, but you can't really have it sloppy either. It's got to be like just in like that 98.3% perfect range, because sometimes, especially with bass drum, as I'm getting somewhere with this, especially with bass drum, when you play with double pedals, like 2 pedals, which I think is great. There's folks out there that can play like monsters, and each foot, they use they put their foot back and forth. I mean, they can play, crazy. But sometimes, like with the Led Zeppelin-y stuff, if you do it with, what am I trying to say? With the double bass, if you play it with 2 kick drums, it will sound a lot. Actually, it will sort of shoot it to sort of like that 100% perfection. Sort of loses some of its swing, or it's kind of hard to explain. But in any case, I think let me put this back here. Right here, this is a Yamaha. It's like a FP 700 pedal or 400. It's pretty much their lowest line of pedal now. So I didn't want to put on a Speed King or the Cam Cone. You can do it on any pedal. You got to fool around with the adjusting. But anyway, but you'd rather, especially with Zeppelin, especially with the drums. If you really listen to John Bonham's stuff, it's not perfect. It was just really the way he played, and he was really good technically. But it was just like the way, it was like an artist. Ask Van Gogh to paint a straight line for 4 feet. It's not going to be perfectly straight. If you stand back and look at it, it's going to look straight. But if you get right up to it, it's not. Anyway, as far as it goes with the bass drum, if that made any sense, what I do, there's a lot of guys that do stuff like this. That do like they move their foot back and forth, and other guys go. Get like a thing going where they push up, and then when their foot comes back down, and then when their foot comes back down, I'm bad at that. I never, I'd love to be able to do that. I just never had the patience to practice it. But what I always did is just when I used to practice John Bonham stuff, it just required, I just always tried to just sort of force it out with my foot, and I found I really do. If you see in that other video, I do play with. Honestly, I don't even really play with the ball of my foot. I really do, I guess, just kind of play with my big toe, kind of. There was a thing where somebody sent an email or a comment and said, one of the roadies said that John Bonham played with his toes, And I guess that's kind of what it is. I guess it's kind of mostly your big toe and your second toe and then a little bit of your heel. But, it's nothing special. I guarantee you, it's anybody can do it. It's not like a... I think it's just, of course, like anything, it's just a matter of doing it a certain way, as opposed to obviously there's the whole point of learning and teachers and everything is there's always a particular method, So you'll see here. Watch my foot. I really am playing, I guess, with my toe. I mean, it really is. I mean, but I have big, massive toes. I mean, look at these toes. You think I'd be hung like a horse. I'm not. But, I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe that helps. I don't know. Maybe the secret is a big, crazy-looking Frankenstein toe. No, but really, though, I mean, anybody can do it. You just... What a lot of guys do is they, or folks, is they really play like heel up is really kind of like what a lot of guys do. All right, look, what a lot of guys do is they play heel up. Let me see if I can do this. So their heel's up, right? But then they move their whole leg up and down. That's not what you want to do. You don't. I mean, there might be a time where it moves a little bit, but you put your leg up, but then it's all your foot. See this? And I said in the other video, you want to sort of like, it's like this. So it's almost like a, I don't know, like a fast twitchy thing. Where's my sock is all funky now. But see that? So my foot is sort of, my knee sort of stays there. I mean, it moves a little, and there might be a time or two, but it's really, and I think, I mean, Bonham, I guess, must have played. I mean, I never see pictures of him playing. I mean, but I assume, you know, his foot's way up there like that, and I guess it really is. It's your toe, but it's really the hinge. It's kind of the, it's the hinge of your foot, but not even so much that as it really is standing kind of on your tiptoe, and sort of, wait, like, you know what you could do? I mean, practice propelling your foot up with your toes, like whoop, whoop, like this, like almost kind of like bouncing. You're sort of bouncing your, like I'm pushing with my foot, but then also too my toe is sort of pushing like straight up. So my you'll see my look like whoop, like my toe is actually forcing. It's like a little. It's like you got the hinge here, right? But then also your toe. And anybody can do this. I mean, I mean, it's easy once you do it. I mean, I don't know. But you know, but I gotta tell you, I am a little out of practice. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that, you know, there was a time when I could play exactly as well as Bonham. But I mean, it does require regular playing. I don't play regularly anymore. I don't play with that Zeppelin band anymore. I do practice down here, but I devote most of my time to my hands because my left hand's all funky. But yeah, I mean, it's really your toe. So like, and Since I've Been Loving You, you got to remember that's 6/8, and except that he's doing triplets in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. That's a triplet, but it's not like one. It's not like he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 16ths. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 1 and it's triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 1. So as it translates between the hand and the foot, because the 1 will be the hat. That's what it is. So then you have, and you can just practice that. I mean, I have in the other video of my foot where you go like, and you can just practice that. Just practice that beat. But now what happens is he's actually pretty soft. Bonham's too, his head was tuned really tight. If you ever hit a bass drum that's really tight and the other head's really tight too, even with the felt pad, you get a whole bunch of bounce here, which requires a lot, which is like if I were to tune this bass drum up exactly like Bonham's was, I might need a week to. It's not necessarily harder. In a certain way, it's easier because you have more bounce. But in another way, it's actually harder because you need more control. Otherwise, the beater will keep slapping back off the head. You know what I mean? So you have more bounce for more. It's actually easier to do the doubles, but then they'll be less controlled. I don't know. So you'd have to do it yourself. But anyway, so then you just come in on the down. So. he does a similar thing. I mean, it's all, once you get there, it's all the same thing, like in All My Love. I mean, that, you know, actually, that is actually, to me, harder, because it's a slower tempo. Maybe I'd have to adjust the spring. I mean, you'll see the spring it's pretty loose, I guess. So. I mean, it's actually, you know what, I just realized right now, when I do it slower like that, I actually am playing with all my toes. So I'm not relying so much on the big toe, I guess. So yeah, it is a little different, I guess, if I'm doing it that way. So yeah, that's weird. So as I slow it down, I guess it is the bit more of the toes. But then if I speed it up to triplet bill, it really does then shift to the big toe. So I don't know. So since I've been loving you. See, that was unclean. I mean, it requires practice. I mean, it's got to be clean. See, I mean, you see, like that extra. What'll happen is, if you get weak here, the second note will be weak. So, like, it'll be like, you know what I mean? So listen, I mean, like, hear that? Like, it's sort of like I'm sort of cheating there. That requires a lot of practice. I mean, to do that. I mean, you got to remember, John Bonham, you know, at that time when he was playing like that, he was, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, you know. So, you know, I'm 41. And you got to play a lot. I mean, they were playing a lot of shows. I mean, you know, you got to, I mean, this is really the first time I've probably played that many doubles. I don't know, since one of the last videos with the doubles, but. Is you just keep doing it. You know what I mean? If I kept doing this for a week, well, I should just keep doing it and make another video in a week. I mean, I'm sure it'll be. See, part of the thing is, too, you know what it is you got to get used to is the. I mean, you can do that real fast, but then what happens is when you start playing your hi-hat, then it's a balance thing. That's why then I'm messing up my the sticking with the foot, because when I'm playing the hi-hat, let me move a little closer. Yeah, I guess if you move a little closer, I mean, I don't know, I never really analyzed it, but I do know, golden rule, learn to play. When you play heel up, it's kind of like the hinge of your foot has something to do with it here, but it's really here. Like, imagine just kind of going like, just like dance. You're kind of just, you're like tiptoeing around. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know, but it is definitely all. I guess it is in the toes. But that's what you should do. Practice that beat. Maybe it's slower, I don't know. Okay, so here, oops. So do that pattern. Boom, 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 boom. So just practice that over and over again. So I'm sorry. Hang on. What am I doing here? practice in a big loop. So I mean, even me, just from making this video, I mean, my foot is getting. I mean, I will tell you right here, I am tired. I mean, it's work. I mean, it's not like a trick technique that once you learn it, it's a cakewalk every time. You got to maintain. I mean, you have to maintain it. I mean, even right now, I can feel like my foot is tired. Anyway, so. And just to show you though, I'm gonna put on some boots. It's not. You don't have to play with your socks. Where the hell are my boots? Hang on, I need some boot. Where's the boot? Oh yeah, here's the boot. All right. All right. So here's a boot. I mean, this is it's a rubber, awkward. It's it's not some dancy shoe or some drum shoe. It's a boot. That my toe, my toe is still my toe in there. Well, obviously it's my toe in there, but my toe is doing this. I mean, it totally is my toe. That's it. So practice playing heel up, but then it's not just your hinge, but it really is in here, the power of your kind of like push when you push up with your toe. I must confess, my foot is getting very tired. But I assure you that if you practice this regularly, like I guess I used to a long time ago, but that's probably a good thing to practice too. Is just that is to alternate it. But I'm telling you, it's all your toe. My foot, essentially my leg will stay pretty much in this position. I mean, it really is. It's your toe. Toe. So. Obviously, since I've been loving you, I mean, it's much slower, so. See, God, my foot is so tired now. Yeah, with any regular practice, which I guess I should be practicing that regularly, because the funny thing is the whole front of my foot is here. I guess this really is sort of. God, I feel like I used to take karate. Anyway, so right here. So anyway, so back to the sock. Practice, everybody. I need to practice it. You'll see as the video went on, I started losing the bum. You know what I mean? I mean, you can really, no matter how tired your foot gets, I mean, you can really do, the good times, bad times beat. it's all you can do that all day. But doing 3 in a row, your foot, well, my foot is exhausted. So, but wow. So that's it. So just use your and practice for the love of God. But really, and when you're playing, really feel your toe doing it. I mean, because it really is. It's you know, it really is. It's I guess it's really all in the toe. So, as I've said 1,100 times in this video. So bear with me. Thanks for watching the videos.